Are you there, Zoe? There's something that I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, hello, Mary. What is it this time? Well, today we finally got the results from Leah's entrance exams. Oh, so you got them back today, huh? Hey, what do you mean by that? This isn't some trivial little thing. It's a big deal. Why do you always need to act like this? It's irritating. No, I didn't mean anything like that. Honestly now, do you even understand the importance of these results? Do you even know what school my Leah was applying to? It's Central High School. Central! That's one of the hardest private schools to get into in the whole city. It's practically famous. Yes, I know. I am well aware. I'm pretty sure you were the one going on and on about it at the Mothers Club, weren't you? I'm pretty sure every mom in the country knows about it by now. Oh, is that right? I suppose I was a little excited about my Leah going to such a prestigious school. She was so excited when I told her about the school, so I was elated to hear she wanted to try to get in. I don't think it's strange to want to boast about it a little, isn't it? Anyone would want to tell people about their family's achievements, right? I mean, yes, I can understand that. But wasn't it a bit risky to go telling everyone about Leah just taking the exam? If she had failed, it would have been terribly embarrassing for you. Not to mention for Leah if she heard her mother was talking her up so much. Zoe, what are you talking about? Are you saying you were thinking that my precious Leah was going to fail? How rude can you be? Hold on. Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say anything of the sort. Well, since you've been talking so happily about getting the results, I'm guessing she passed, right? Please make sure to tell Leah congratulations for me. Huh? Excuse me? Don't you think you should be telling me that first? Well, you honestly are just incapable of praise, aren't you? What do you mean? Leah is the one who had to study hard and take the exam, isn't she? I'm praising her for her effort, just like anyone would. Ugh, this is why it's such a waste to talk to people who don't understand what really goes into something like this. Okay, listen up. When a child has to take some difficult exams, the child isn't the only one trying hard. Do you realize that? A parent like me also has to do her best for the child to succeed. I did everything I could for my dear Leah to pass. Everything you could? What sort of work do you have to do? All sorts of things. I have to find good after-school classes for her to attend. I have to pay all the money for her to attend those classes. And Central High School is a private school, so there's plenty of money I need to pay for her to even attend at all. Remember? So, mostly things revolving around money, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a housewife, right? All that money you're talking about is money your husband earned, correct? Oh, shut your trap. Stop bringing up unrelated things. There's no need for me to work. My husband makes so much money that we already have all that we need. I don't need to get a job myself. That doesn't mean I don't do any work at all, mind you. It's thanks to how I am so careful in managing our money that we can even afford to have Leah attending such a school. Well, I have always wanted to freely use our money on our children, so my planning with such a goal in mind is what lets us do such things. We're not the same as stingy people on the poverty line like you. When you think about a child's future, isn't it obvious that a parent should be pulling out all the stops? That's just what I do. Oh, so I'm a stingy poor person, am I? That is quite the insult to just offhandedly throw at someone. Oh, insulting you was not my intention, believe me. I just felt that since you don't have the money to do very much for your children, I thought that you were simply in quite a pitiable position. Especially considering how something as serious as high school entrance exams are a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Ah, so that's what you meant, hmm? But if a child doesn't have the all-important academic ability, then I suppose there isn't much that can be done about it, is there? I suppose the possibility of all of that hard-earned money going to waste would become more likely in that case. Setting aside the issue of you bad-mouthing me, don't you think you're going a little too far in implying such terrible things about my own daughter? Isabel hasn't done a thing to you, so I would greatly appreciate it if you left her out of this. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I am not implying a thing about Isabel. You really need to work on that paranoid tendency of yours. Even if Isabel studies her hardest, she won't be able to pass such a hard exam, so it'd be a waste of money to pay for supplemental classes. That's the sort of thing you are trying to imply. Am I wrong? I'm speaking purely in hypotheticals. It was just an example. You really need to stop taking things so seriously all the time. Not everything is a slight on you or your family. Maybe your sensitivity has to do with you being so self-conscious about being poor. I can't imagine any other reason why you would be so quick to assume the worst about whatever anyone says. With all due respect, my family's income is perfectly fine. We are not below average, nor are we anywhere close to the poverty line. We simply earn an average income, that is all. There is no need for you to worry about how much we make so much. By the way, something came to mind while we have been talking. Would you mind if I asked you something? Oh? What is it? It's about Leah. How is she feeling about the exam? By that, I mean, how was she feeling before taking it? How did she react when the results came in? Huh? What do you mean by that? Why do you think I should have to tell you anything like that? Oh, nothing serious. I was just curious. Such an exam is a big deal after all. I imagine she would have been quite nervous, what with how much impact her results could have. I imagine you told her as much. Oh, that's what you mean. I see. Well, before the test, Leah was always studying hard at home. I can't comment on how she was at her after-school classes, but she always attended them. She was always doing exactly what I said at home and focused on her studies above all else. Oh, is that right? Well, how did she react when she heard about the results? Well, she certainly looked happy to me, but I suppose she also looked pretty relieved, too. She knew how difficult and impactful that exam was, after all. My amazing Leah did her very best with her studying, but she was anxious all the way until she learned that she passed the test. That's just how she is. Ah, so that's how she was feeling, huh? I can understand why she would be so nervous. I understand now. What? Is there something you want to say about her? Are you going to complain about her now? Well, I don't know if I'd really call what I'm thinking of a complaint, per se. But... do you mind if I ask you 2 more things? What is going on with you? I don't understand what you're getting at. Fine. What do you want to ask now? Do you tend to talk with Leah very much? Huh? What sort of question is that? That seems rather out of nowhere. I mean, it was just something I wanted to ask about. Look, I'm only going to tell you the bare minimum, but is there some sort of issue you wanted to ask about? Nothing but the bare minimum, huh? Okay, then here's the last thing. Why did you even bother to contact me in the first place? What? To tell you about Leah passing the exam. Isn't that obvious? I mean, I did tell everyone at the Mothers Club about how she was going to be taking it, didn't I? So I felt like people might want to know how she did. Leah and Isabel are good friends, aren't they? Well, since they're such good friends, I thought that I should contact her friend's mother first, so I went with you. Oh? Well, I think it might have been better if you hadn't decided to message me directly. I can't say I was waiting with bated breath for your report or anything, let alone a conversation that went like this one did. It's precisely because Isabel and Leah are such good friends, too. If Leah passed, I'm sure she'd tell Isabel right away, and Isabel would tell me shortly afterwards. Well, you really are a cold person, you know that? Do you really not understand the importance of having a good relationship with your neighbors? If you do, you really aren't showing it very well. Oh, I'm sorry that's what you think of me. I am quite good friends with everyone around here, so there's no need for you to worry. Well, it's not like that's something to be concerned about at the moment anyway. You just told me that you wanted to tell me about Leah passing her exam, right? That doesn't sound quite right to me. The truth is that you just wanted to brag to me, didn't you? My daughter got into a really prestigious high school. Isn't that amazing? She is just so much smarter than your daughter. You were trying to assert dominance or some silly thing like that, right? Oh my. And there you go, throwing out a wild accusation again. It really doesn't reflect well upon your character, you know. Ah, right, of course. Right you are. By the way, there's something else I think you should know. Oh? What is it now? Well, the thing is, Isabel also applied to Central High School, and she took the exam too. Huh? Excuse me? I hadn't heard anything about that. Well, that's probably because I didn't feel the need to tell you about it. But I must admit, I am a little surprised. I thought you would have heard about it from Leah. No way. That can't be true. That's utterly impossible. Impossible? What are you talking about? Who are you to decide who can and can't take an exam? You're in no place to judge the academic ability of another's child. Are you trying to play me for a fool? No, I am not doing anything of the sort. What makes you think I am? Since you don't seem to understand what's going on, how about I just explain everything to you? What makes you think I care? I couldn't care less about whatever ridiculous things you're doing. But still, what are you talking about? How can this be? Why is Isabel trying to apply for Central? That's nothing like what you told everyone at the Mothers Club. You told everyone that you were planning for her to go to a public school. Yes, I did say that. That was the original plan anyway. That said, we had talked about that before she graduated from her final year of elementary school, right? Well, was that how it was? I can't say I remember particularly well. We decided to change plans sometime after she graduated. Her homeroom teacher told us that she had the potential to do more than just go to the same school everyone else was planning to go to. After hearing that, Isabel talked with Leah about the situation. Huh? She talked to Leah? What situation were they talking about? Well, according to Isabel, Leah said something like this. My mom told me, going to that public school is beneath you. You have to apply for Central High School. A private school like that is much better. When I told her that I wanted to go to the same school that everyone else was, she got so angry at me. She just yelled at me for hours. Mom's making me study all day so I can pass the test to get into that school, so I don't think I'll be able to play with you much anymore. If we end up going to different high schools, we might not get to see each other anymore. What do? I don't want to go to a different school. After saying that, Leah apparently broke down in tears. Oh? That child. She really just went and said selfish things like that? Selfish? Is that really the word you'd use to describe what she said? Selfish? Well, maybe we should talk about that some other time. Anyway, after hearing that from Leah, Isabel told me she wanted to go to Central too. What? So you're saying she wanted to go to Central because her friend was going? Wow. I can't believe she chose to try for a private school for such a thoughtless reason. If she really managed to get into that school with such foolhardy reasons for trying. That just makes others like Leah who actually put lots of time and effort into thinking about their future look bad. Oh, wow. So that's what you think of Isabel doing her best for her friend? So that's the kind of person you are. For your information, Isabel has enjoyed studying for quite a long time already, and she had the confidence to take that exam head-on. She's the kind of girl who's happy to take on a challenge like that, so she had more than enough motivation and ability. She did everything she could to study all the way until the day of the exam. Oh, is that right? The two of them did everything they could, backed by their dream of going to the same school together. And it's thanks to their efforts, both to study and to support each other, that they managed to pass the entrance exam. When we got the results, Isabel called Leah right away to give her the news. You didn't even realize that was going on, did you? I mean, well... But, hold on. What are you going to do about tuition? Central is an expensive school. Are you telling me your household makes enough to pay for a private school? I'm shocked you'd ask such a question so blatantly. You really are a rude person, you know that? Well, whatever. I can still give you an answer. Even at elementary school, Isabel has been an honor student. She did so well on the exam that she got a scholarship. Thanks to that, the application fee and tuition are entirely covered. Isabel has told me that she is going to do everything she can to maintain that scholarship through to graduation. As long as she keeps her grades up, we won't have to worry about paying tuition. My husband and I will do our best to support her in her endeavor. What? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. Are you trying to make fun of Leah? Are you saying Isabel's better because Leah only passed the test without earning anything? Only passed the test? What in the world are you talking about? What could you possibly hope for beyond that? It's Central High School. She got into Central. You know very well how hard it is to get into that school. Aren't you happy Leah got in at all? How dare you take such a tone with me? You are truly irritating. Are you trying to tell me that your daughter is smarter than my daughter or something? Is that what you're trying to tell me? If I can get Leah to study even harder, it will be a piece of cake for her to earn such a scholarship too. Oh, is that so? Well, you only get placed into the scholarship program based on the entrance exam results. There isn't a single thing you can do about it now. I would suggest focusing on getting ready for when school starts. If you just obsess over the entrance exam results, you're not going to be able to properly think about the future. Honestly, I'm worried that you're going to say something terrible to Leah about the scholarship program. And here you go again, saying things like that. Oh, am I mistaken? I'm so sorry. That said, you can't deny that you've been completely disregarding what Leah wants, can you? She said that she wanted to go to the public school, didn't she? Sure, it might be prestigious, but Central is so far away that she could never hope to see her friends. And the one who forced her to try to get in was you, wasn't it? You had no idea Leah was crying over how powerless she felt. You had no idea how much she was hurting, right? I feel so bad for Leah, having to be abused so much by her mother like this. Perhaps you should start taking into account Leah's own opinion a bit more from now on. What nonsense are you talking about now? I am the one who gets to choose what school she attends, not you. Don't go trying to give me orders as to how I should raise my child. So that's what you believe, is it? I have one word to describe how you have been treating Leah then. Selfish. You are the selfish one here, not her. You may have talked big about how a parent should pull out all the stops for her child, but does a good parent really ignore her child while doing so? Sure, you pulled out all the stops, in selfishly forcing your child to go exactly where you wanted to go. I don't know if you actually listened to a word she said or not, but wouldn't it be a good parent's responsibility to understand what their child wants? Be quiet already. I think you have said quite enough. I have quietly listened as you just try to tell me how to live my life. Oh? Is that what you think I'm doing? Maybe you should think about how Leah feels when you're telling her where she has to go to school. How dare you? Do you think you're anywhere near as good a parent as I am? Oh, I'm nowhere near your level of parenting. I wouldn't stoop that low. After all, who's the one who decided to contact me to brag about their daughter's achievement? What happened to that attitude you started with? Anyway, I'm going to go congratulate my daughter for what she did. Maybe she'd like Leah to come so they can celebrate together? Anyway, I must be going now. Hold it right there. How dare you say such things and leave without giving me a chance to respond? Answer me! I haven't seen Mary since the day school started for Isabel. From what I heard, she got into a fight with her husband over Leah's education, and they ended up getting a divorce. Afterwards, Leah's father ended up with full custody over her. She should be able to live much more comfortably without her domineering mother around, so I'm happy things turned out that way. Isabel and Leah continue to be good friends as they attend Central together. As they continue to study, play, and grow together, I hope from the bottom of my heart that they can continue bringing out the best in each other and be all they can be.